Chavo Guerrero Jr.
Allow me to beg your indulgence for one moment. This is the former intellectual savior of the masses, Damian Sandow.
I am WWE superstar Cedric Alexander, and I would like to tell you all that you are watching the hottest E-Fed in the world today.
HKW.
HKW Wrestling.
HKW Wrestling. Wait, did I say the world? I meant the universe, the galaxy, the multiverse, the fabric of time itself. Check it out.
Viva la raza.
And as always, you're welcome.
The top of the mountain, climbed all the way up and never looked down. If the road wasn't rough, we might not have found it. The blood and some guts and thousands of hours. We operate now with nerves of steel. Keep a clean shot for that curve appeal. Swing chop when we work the field. Not gonna stop till we work a deal. Leave a lasting impression on who is the best, and there won't be a question. You will remember our name when you see it in lights. We are the champions. We are the champions. We will fight through the pain. We'll be legends tonight. We are the champions. We are the champions. The champions.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Richard G. Mayer. Yeah, I am the Donald, the one and only Donald Cash. I can't be happy tonight, Richard. We are in Honolulu, Hawaii. How can you not be happy right now? A clown took over my show.
Is scheduled for one fall. And is for the Triple Crown Internet Championship.
I mean, seriously, Richard, look, he built a friggin' theme park in the corner. I know that you're not happy about Zelzabar making some drastic changes, including purchasing the production rights here on Friday Night Rampage, but at least you can be excited about this match. It's one of your favorite guys, King Dominator, getting ready to go one-on-one with Christian Wright. Of course, I'm happy to see Dom. I'm always happy to see King Dominator. He's a fantastic athlete, one of the best in all of professional wrestling. That's why he's a social media champion. But seriously, Richard, I've been reduced to a friggin' commentator on this show. I'm at the same level as you. It's disgusting. This is a great job. Best job in the world. You get to sit here and call the action for some of the greatest wrestling in all of the world. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're sitting home right now, I'm going to encourage you to slam down on that subscribe button, ring the bell here at ringside to stay notified of all the great HKW action, like Friday Night Rampage, Wednesday Night Prestige, and our upcoming pay-per-view March 15th, HKW Wasteland. I don't know how you can be excited for Wasteland, Richard. Did you see that clown standing on the front? Look, we have a true champion here at ringside. Yeah. King Dominator, shut up, Richard. King Dominator, a superior athlete, close personal friend of mine, getting ready to take it to this treacherous scum in Christian Wright, this TWE turncoat. Alright, Richard, now you can talk. I'm done. God, if that was only true. King Dominator getting ready to defend tonight against Christian Wright, as you mentioned, Mr. Cash, and that is not the only title match we have on the card tonight. Our main event, the HKW World Heavyweight Championship, will be on the line. Michael Scars Minor will defend against Daniel Roberts, the loser. Look, Michael Scars Minor, the superior Michael Scars Minor. That's the way you need to say it, Richard. You need to show reverence for our champion, which is why I'm gonna stop talking right now and turn it to the ring for King Dominator.
Introducing the challenger from London, England, weighing in at 223 pounds, Christian Wright. And introducing the champion from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 253 pounds, he is the King, the Dominator.
Look at that, Richard. Superior athlete, true champion, and the man who is going to put the hurting on Christian Wright all night long.
Listen, I'm not trying to I'm not trying to have you think
Richard, No, Richard, what is going on with this referee? Seriously?
I'm sorry, I thought you had heard about that. That was one of the other changes that Zelzabar's production company made when they came in here. They said they want face-painted officials. Zelzabar chose the new referee attire.
Are you kidding? That's disgusting. That's disgusting, Richard.
I think they're kind of cool.
Christian Wright unable to hold on to King Dominator because Dominator so strong he pulled himself out of the grasp.
Are you watching the same match I am? Because I'm watching a fairly even contest, which is kind of what I expected tonight. King Dominator spiking the head of Christian Wright, going for a pin here, and quick kick out by Christian Wright. You know, Christian Wright looked awfully good back at HKW. Broken hearts inside of that elimination chamber.
No, Richard, he was only made to look good by other individuals that were. I mean, seriously, Xander Shaw was in that match. I mean, it's not hard to look good when you're standing next to Xander Shaw. That's why I was standing next to him for months in the Cash Corporation. He made me look incredible.
Yeah, he made you look incredible by winning championships.
Shut up, Richard. Why aren't you paying attention to King Dominator right now? He is impressing the entire world in this matchup bigly right now. Great work, Dom. Dom, yeah, see, look.
I can see.
Another brilliant reversal, Richard.
I'm not denying at all that King Dominator is a fantastic athlete, okay? I just question the way that he went about achieving such a high level of success in the HKW as fast as he did.
He won matches, Richard. King Dominator's a winner. He's a certified winner with a high pedigree, okay? He chooses the right friends. He knows to talk to the right people and how to get ahead in this business. If Christian Wright had done that, maybe Christian Wright would have been smart enough to listen to me, to come to me for advice, but he didn't. And that's why King Dominator is going to win this match right now.
Only one.
This referee with the paint in his eyes, he can't see a thing. That was clearly a 3 count.
That was hardly a 1 count there. Christian Wright kicking out almost immediately. Now drop kick to the back of the head of King Dominator. Christian Wright heading up to the top rope.
Referee need to get him down.
Oh, into the chest of Dominator.
Dom, get up.
2.
Oh my gosh. Richard, that was too close.
That was very close.
Christian Wright almost won the social media championship with an illegal move that this referee couldn't see because he's blinded by face paint.
There was nothing illegal about that move. It was a fantastic move off the top rope by Christian Wright. And Dominator, to his credit, I'm impressed with this young man. Kicking out of that double stomp off the top rope by Christian Wright.
Yeah,
Richard, you know what? This is all wrong. Look at Christian taking this fight out to the floor. This is not a Chaos Championship match. This is not a no disqualification match. And clearly, this TWE scum is out here with no other prerogative than to hurt a upstanding HKW superstar like my good friend King Dominator. That was a vicious DDT, and Christian Wright shouldn't be allowed to do it. And I don't know why you are sympathizing so much with these TWE invaders, Richard.
Come on, sympathizing? No. Let's get this straight. I'm able to recognize talent when I see it. I know what good wrestling match looks like. I know that these TWE guys have been performing amazingly inside and outside of an HKW ring.
You all hearing this?
I don't have to like it. Believe me, I am not happy that Corey Tombstone is the HKW champion.
Sure.
But I can still recognize the talent that these guys bring to the ring, and I understand just why that is such a threat to the HKW locker room.
No, you know what? There is a savior, though, Richard, in the HKW locker room, and that is my close personal friend and your world heavyweight champion, Michael Scars Minor. Okay?
What about King Dominator taking Christian right over the top rope with a clothesline?
Of course, King Dominator. He lives up to his name, flying over the top rope, dominating this matchup, Richard. This is the kind of wrestling that you can only get right here in the HKW.
Well, you still can't win the match on the outside. King Dominator gonna have to get Christian Wright back inside the ring, and getting the cold stare from Christian's new girlfriend, Amy.
She has one of those death looks that can look right through you like laser beams, Richard. I don't even like to be in the same arena as her. I wish she would just go away.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard people referring to her as the Yoko Ono to Christian and Daniel.
Shut up, Richard. Who cares about your Yoko Ono theories? King Dominator would have won the match right there if it weren't for that distraction from you, Richard.
Wait, that's Daniel Roberts.
Have some respect.
Oh, Daniel Roberts sliding into the ring and going right after Christian Wright.
What is all of this?
Shots to the head of Christian Wright. Christian answering back, and now heading out of the ring.
Daniel Roberts just ruined King Dominator's destructive victory over Christian Wright. And now Christian running for his life from this insane British buffoon, Daniel Roberts.
Daniel deserves every opportunity to get his hands on Christian after what Christian did at HKW Broken Hearts.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Richard. The past is the past. Daniel Roberts needs to stop living in the past. And maybe if he did, he wouldn't be being abused by Christian Wright in a steel chair right now.
Well, I'm sure you're happy, King Dominator being declared the victor. After that outside interference, ladies and gentlemen, still your HKW social media champion, King Dominator.
Yeah, after the interference from Daniel Roberts, we're lucky, ladies and gentlemen, because you must screw King Dominator here tonight. The King Dominator, a superior athlete, a friend of mine, a member of Scars Enterprises. He's still your social media champion. And that's no thanks to you, Richard. Great job, Dom.
Well, it looks like Christian Wright going to get away once again. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are getting set for mixed tag team action right here tonight. Richard, I don't think you truly understand the severity of the situation with this young woman, Lenore Lang, okay? She is now the #1 contender to the HKW Undisputed Women's Championship. She's gonna get a shot at the gold coming up April 12th at HKW's Digital Revolution, Richard.
Yeah, I'm not any happier about that than you are. I mean, this could be the loss of yet another HKW championship to a TWE wrestler, but of course, we learned this past Tuesday on Prestige special episode live from Mardi Gras that HKW going to get a chance to regain that title from Corey Tombstone when Evan Jones challenges Tombstone at Digital Revolution.
Yeah, Richard, he still has to get past Tombstone, and no one has been able to stop Tombstone thus far. And the same could pretty much be said for this young man, Tyler Savage, who every time he gets into the ring, he's been ripping apart our guys, Richard.
Wasn't that the truth? Tyler Savage lives up to his name each and every time he gets into the ring. I mean, the very first time that we saw this young man was in a TWE versus HKW Battle Royal, where out of a field of 8 men that included himself, he eliminated 6.
That's what I'm talking about, Richard. Tyler Savage is incredible inside the ring.
And from Las Vegas, Nevada, the Natural.
But this woman right here, Richard, she is the original HKW Women's Champion. She knows how to get it done inside the squared circle. Ladies and gentlemen, Tracy Chaos is in his house.
Okay, first of all, please never say that again. And second of all, stop stealing my notes. Tracy Chaos stepping into the ring, getting ready to team up with her man, Christopher Chaos, here tonight.
Wait a minute. Christopher Chaos and Tracy Chaos? Are you trying to tell me that they're married?
Yeah.
No, see, Richard, we can't have that kind of thing. I mean, I'm pretty sure that that's illegal. I mean, maybe if we were in like Kentucky or somewhere in deep Mississippi, they allow that kind of thing, but I don't think they allow that here in Hawaii.
There's nothing wrong with Chris and Tracy Chaos tag teaming together here tonight, and quite frankly, I can't think of a better person to step inside the ring up against these TWE guys here tonight than Christopher Chaos, who this past Tuesday defeated Ari Spire in an amazing steel cage match to become the new TWE World Heavyweight Champion. How about that, Donald?
How about that? Let me tell you what I think about that, okay? First of all, I think it's incredibly disrespectful of Christopher Chaos to come out here and call himself a World Heavyweight Champion on Michael Scar's Miner's show. We all know there's only one true World Heavyweight Champion, and that is Michael's personal friend, Michael Scar's Miner. Okay? And maybe if Christopher Chaos had become the TWE champion, maybe then I'd consider it an accomplishment. But until he takes that title off of Blake Buchanan, then I personally don't want to see him out here gloating, trying to say how he's better than Michael Scar's Miner, because we all know that Christopher Chaos is crap.
Christopher Chaos is not crap. He's a fantastic wrestler. He's a multi-time champion here, and I applaud him for taking the fight back to TWE, taking one of their major titles
off of an amazing competitor in Ari Spire. Ladies and gentlemen, if you missed that matchup, please go back and check it out this past Tuesday, our main event, the steel cage match, and you will not be disappointed. How can you say that, Richard? You don't know? I bet Ari Spire goes back, watches it, makes sure to study the film. I bet he's disappointed, okay?
Fair point.
You don't know what you're talking about. Lenore Lynn. Oh, put on her back quickly by Tracy Chaos, the original HKW Women's Champion. Seriously, do you know any other statistics or facts about Tracy Chaos other than that one that you read off of my paper? You know what, Richard, I don't have time to listen to your silly questions. I'm busy calling a match like you should be. Lenore Lynn looking for the pinfall there, but Tracy Chaos, wily as ever, getting her boot underneath that bottom rope, working her way back up to her feet, and dropping Lenore Lynn onto her back. That is what HKW is all about. Richard, give me a high five.
No, I am not going to give you a high five. I'm trying to do my job here, Lenore Lynn. Off the ropes and a shoulder into the gut of Tracy Chaos. Lenore going to give the tag in to Tyler Savage, who now squares off with the brand new TWE World Heavyweight Champion, Christopher Chaos.
Richard, try and have a little respect, okay? I already told you there's only one World Heavyweight Champion here on Rampage, and that is Michael Scars Minor. And I'll tell you something else. Christopher Chaos is not looking like a champion right now. He's getting his chest stomped in by Tyler Savage. And you can't even say that you're surprised, Richard, because you and I have already discussed that this young man, Tyler Savage, has that it factor. He brings it to the ring every single time that he gets in there, and that's exactly why Christopher Chaos is so quick to tag out.
Well, tag made, and Chaos says, oh, double spear from Christopher and Tracy. Chaos covered out by Tracy. 1, 2. Oh, and Lenore Lynn just able to get her shoulder up before the 3 count.
No, Richard, Christopher Chaos should be ashamed of himself after that little exchange. I mean, seriously, leaving Tracy Chaos to do all the work. It's pure laziness on the part of Christopher Chaos. What? But Tracy Chaos, she's working her poor little nails to the bone in there, Richard, for HKW, while Christopher Chaos does nothing but eternally embarrass us.
Christopher Chaos can't do anything right now. If he was to interfere, if he was to lay his hands on Lenore Lynn, that would be an automatic disqualification for Team HKW. And it doesn't look like Tracy Chaos needs that assistance out there. She's doing fantastic in the ring. Has been since day 1 here in the HKW, and that's exactly why she is the first ever HKW Women's Champion.
Those are all fine accolades, Richard, but they're not helping her right now. She almost got pinned right there by Lenore Lynn. And in case you don't remember, Richard, but Tracy Chaos has a fantastic history behind her. Lenore has a fantastic potential future in front of her, because on April 12th at Digital Revolution, Lenore's going to be challenging Scarlett Jones for the HKW Undisputed Women's Championship.
Lenore Lynn with Tracy Chaos off the top.
Oh my goodness!
Huge superplex.
I think they might be dead, Richard. I think both of these women might be dead.
Well, I don't know about dead, but definitely in pain after both Lenore Lynn and Tracy Chaos plummeting over 12 feet from the top turnbuckle all the way down to the floor. Tracy able to get back up. Lenore Lynn tagging in.
Tyler Savage, Christopher Chaos with a neck breaker. Smart move on the part of Tyler Savage, rolling to the outside, creating some separation between himself and this madman, Christopher Chaos. What is it, Richard?
Oh, I was just surprised that you knew that Christopher Chaos used to be called the Madman.
Of course I knew that, Richard. I know everything, just like I know Tyler Savage wasn't going to pin Christopher Chaos just now.
Right, because you can see the future, right?
No, Richard. I just know that it's going to take more than that to take down Christopher Chaos. I mean, honestly, those chops aren't coming from J-Max.
Oh!
Did you see that, Richard?
Of course I saw it. Chaos there by Christopher Chaos, and only a 2 count as Tyler Savage kicking out. But I don't know how much Tyler Savage can have left in the tank.
It's a back and forth battle right now, Richard. It's all about who has more will. And if there's one thing that I know, it's that Chris will let us down, okay?
How can you even begin to say that? Christopher Chaos just won the TWE World Heavyweight Championship. I don't care what you want to say about Michael Scars Minor. I'm not denying that Michael Scars Minor is the HKW World Heavyweight Champion. But Christopher Chaos accomplished something amazing this past Tuesday, and you and all your little Scars Enterprises buddies should show him some respect for that.
No, Richard. I don't have to show Christopher Chaos or any of these EFED Elite people any respect. As far as I'm concerned, they've ruined the HKW. They're the whole reason that TWE was able to take over. I mean, if Evan Jones hadn't been so fragile, maybe he never would have lost the HKW Championship to Corey Tombstone. Maybe if the Alpha Angel had a little less ego, then Corey Tombstone wouldn't have been successful inside the Elimination Chamber. And maybe if Christopher Chaos was any kind of a real man, he'd be able to stand up to Tyler Savage right now. But he's about to get pinned and embarrassed HKW yet again.
Christopher Chaos kicking out at 2 there. Not an embarrassment at all. In fact, one of the true legends, one of the true originals here in the HKW. He's been around a hell of a lot longer than you. Chaos with a Chaos there, and Lenore Lynn breaking up the 3 count.
Of course
Chaos had this match won.
No, Richard, that's a misnomer, okay? Look, Christopher Chaos is a former tag team champion. I will grant you that. And that means that he should know that you need to watch out for the tag team partner, and I applaud Lenore Lynn. She did the right thing getting in there. She did what she needed to do. And just like Tyler Savage with these feet on the ropes, adding the extra pressure, it's a smart stratagem on the part of Tyler Savage.
Strategy my ass. Tyler Savage now tossing Chaos in the ropes. Chaos blocking the shot from Savage, but getting his arm hook tossed back over. And now Tyler Savage high angle vertical suplex, bringing the TWE World Heavyweight Champion back into the ring.
All right, Richard, I applaud the efforts of the Chaoses here tonight, but let's face it, Tyler Savage and Lenore Lynn have been all over them throughout this contest. Something that wouldn't have happened to Michael Scars Minor.
And you call me a TWE sympathizer. Christopher Chaos powering out of the pinning combination, but can't get away from Tyler Savage. What Savage got planned?
Oh no.
Watch out! Ooh!
That was
Face
nasty.
first onto the mat. And a tag in
to Lenore Lynn, facing off with Tracy Chaos and head scissor hurricanrana flipping Chaos up, round, and all over the place, following it up with a knife edge chop and the power of Lenore Lynn on full display. Richard, I personally hope that Scarlett Jones is watching. I'm sure that Scarlett Jones is keeping a very close eye on this match and exactly what Lenore Lynn brings to the ring. Cover now by Lenore, 2, and a long 2 count. Tracy Chaos able to get the shoulder up, and this one will continue. Kick to the gut from Lenore. That was absolutely disrespectful, Richard. And now, Tracy in big trouble. DDT putting down the former champion. And Tracy Chaos getting the shoulder up at 2. Turning attention back to Lenore Lynn. Colorado top, Lenore creating the separation. Tracy Chaos catching her with a hip toss. Amazing move by Tracy. But can she follow up, Richard? She's expended so much energy in this contest. Elbow to the side of the head of Lenore Lynn. Tag into Christopher Chaos. And Savage across the ring with a forearm. Like I keep saying, Richard, this young man, Tyler Savage, is very impressive. I see him going far in this industry. As a matter of fact, I think that he should do the right thing right now. Come to the cash and ask for my guidance. Leave behind TWE and become my new right-hand man. What do you think, Richard?
I think you give me a headache every Wednesday and Friday night when I'm out here with you.
Christopher Chaos, backbreaker to Tyler Savage looking for a right hand. Savage with a counter. No, Chaos tossing Savage into the corner, tag into Tracy Chaos. Tracy, kick to the gut on Lenore Lynn. What do the Chaoses have in mind? This is gonna be it, Richard. No, what? Double reversal! Swinging neckbreaker from TWE. Here's the cover from Lenore Lynn. No, kick out. Oh, and she's got it. Richard, that was crap. Here tonight, I'm just going to flat out say that Christopher Chaos is the entire problem here. He's not a true world champion like Michael Scars Minor. Not true. His team to win here tonight. No, he wasn't even involved in the final pinfall. I don't care how much you want to skew this story in this match. The fact of the matter is this was an amazing contest between 2 incredible teams. And you know what, I may not like TWE, Mr. Cash, but I'm willing to give credit where credit is due. A fantastic match, a fantastic effort put forth by Lenore Lynn and Tyler Savage, as well as Christopher Chaos and Tracy Chaos. I congratulate the victors, and we will be back after this message from our new production team.
HKW, I've been being asked a lot. What am I gonna do with all my money? I'm a man with simple tastes. I like thumbtacks, barbed wire, nails. And you wanna know what they have in common? They're all cheap. HKW, all you care about is money. It's not about the money. It's about sending a message. Everything burns.
seriously, Richard? I'm gonna have nightmares for weeks after that. What are you subjecting me to?
I have nothing to do with it. It's the clown. It's that $1 million clown. I mean, whose bright idea was it to have a battle royal with the prize being $1 million, Mr. Cash?
No, you are not going to blame this on me, okay? Look, if the supposed superstars like Xander Shaw or Daniel Roberts had done their job inside that match, then they would have just enriched themselves and they could be prosperous and happy. They could leave Rampage. I could enjoy the show more, and we wouldn't be subjected to this creepy, psychotic clown known as Zelzabar. I don't care what you say. I blame you 100% and completely for this. You can't, and that you're not allowed. Last time I checked, you're nothing but a commentator out here. No more general manager job for you. Shut up, Richard.
Meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready for our next contest. Heading out to the ring, getting ready to go one-on-one with a second-generation superstar. Justin Armstrong is the one, the only, one-man army, the outlaw of justice, the outlaw.
I'm not happy with the things that I've been hearing about this masked man, this biker outlaw, okay, because everything that I've been hearing in the back says that this man believes that he should get a one-on-one opportunity against Michael Scars Minor for the World Heavyweight Champion.
Or why not? I mean, let's look back at history. This man, the outlaw, has pinned Michael Scars Minor on 2 separate occasions, and a lot of people believe that Michael Scars Minor would not have been victorious.
You shut your mouth. You shut your whole mouth, Richard. Michael Scars Minor is the best thing that's ever happened to HKW, professional wrestling as a whole. And honestly, I don't trust this man, outlaw. How can you trust a man that wears a mask? J. Jonah Jameson said it in Spider-Man, and it's 100% true.
And J. Jonah Jameson 100% wrong. Second generation superstar Justin Armstrong getting it on here tonight with Outlaw. Dropping down, Armstrong with a Samoan drop.
I like this kid Armstrong. What he did to Aaron O'Connor was fantastic. It shows his moxie, and I have no doubt that he is going to be victorious here tonight over this biker bum, the Outlaw.
Well, it's entirely possible. I mean, Justin Armstrong, the son of Ricky Armstrong, but tossed in the ropes. Pop-up powerbomb by the Outlaw.
Whoa, Richard.
Outlaw Spinebuster now putting down Justin Armstrong. Here's the cover, 2. That is over.
I'm stunned, Richard. I'm flabbergasted. I mean, that match, it barely just started. Outlaw has already put away a second-generation superstar, a man who has wrestling in his blood, in Justin Armstrong.
Yeah, exactly. And it's exactly that kind of performance. And the previous victories that he holds, the exact reason that the Outlaw deserves a shot at Michael Scars Minor and the World Heavyweight Championship.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back after these messages, and after I correct Richard G. Mayer and his stupidity. He doesn't deserve a shot at the World Championship. Yeah, he does. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Hello there, HKW Nation. It is the British badass here, Daniel Roberts. I'm just backstage waiting for my main event match against Michael Scars Minor for the World Heavyweight title. Unfortunately, I couldn't get my hands on Christian White this week, but I do get my hands on the World Heavyweight Champion. And Michael, let's make it very well clear. Tonight, I'm going to take back the title that I never lost, because I got put through a table by my former best friend. And I couldn't stop the count because I was out cold. I was incapacitated. So tonight, Minor, I'm going to end your very, very short title reign. And that title is coming back home with me. And I'm going to take that title to Digital Revolution 4. And I'm going to try and win the Wasteland Tournament. So then I can be put into a triple threat against Evan Jones and Corey Tombstone. And then I can walk out with both belts above my head. Because that is the goal here tonight. And it all starts with you, Minor. You are...
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back and getting ready
champion versus
for
champion
our King of the Wasteland tournament matchup.
And is for the United States Championship.
Wait, Richard, did he just say this is for the United States Championship? I thought you said this is the King of the Wasteland tournament match.
Yeah, it is. Apparently, with the aid of Zelzbar and the new $1 Million Clown Production Agency. Oh, and look, there he is! The $1 Million Clown and the HKW champion, Corey Tombstone, accompanying John Riggins out here to the ring for this King of the Wasteland tournament matchup.
Yeah, but you said it's also a United States Championship matchup. That means that Ian King here tonight going to have to put the United States title on the line as well as be in a Wasteland tournament match. But isn't this just all in John Riggins' favor?
Yeah, I don't even disagree with you on this occasion. Okay, I mean, I don't want Corey Tombstone out here as an influence. I hate the fact that Zelzbar is able to assign title matches somehow now, but nevertheless, if there is one man who's going to be able to hold up to John Riggins, it is that man right there. He's the United States champion, the innovator of Scottish strong style, and the man who currently stands 10-0 undefeated here in the HKW, Ian King.
I'm right, Richard. I'm not going to take anything away from Ian King. He's fantastic. But let me play devil's advocate with you for just a minute, okay? Last week on this program, we saw the Scars Enterprises best tag team in the world going up against Russian Riggins. And Russian Riggins were able to win, okay? And that means if Russian Riggins are able to get past Scars Enterprises, then what chance does Ian King possibly have in there tonight?
Ian King has a great chance as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I don't like the potential outside interference that can come here, but let's be straight about it. Ian King has risen to every challenge that has stepped inside the squared circle with him ever since joining HKW. And that is why he proudly holds a United States Championship. And quite frankly, he's one of my top picks here in the King of the Wasteland tournament.
He's got a bad pick, Richard, but look at these brackets. We've already seen Justin Armstrong. We've seen the new guy, Mr. Awesome. I really like him. Funny guy. And Daniel Roberts, who we all know is a cheater.
You know what? Daniel Roberts not a cheater. He won his match with Xander Shaw. It was a fantastic contest, fair and square.
He shouldn't have even been in that matchup, Richard.
Well, Christian shouldn't have been involved in the match.
From Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Come on.
Weighing in at 220
Shut up, Richard. I'm trying to listen to what's going on in the ring.
Gladiator. And introducing the champion from Glasgow, Scotland, weighing in at 252 pounds. he is the Ian King.
Ian King turning over that United States Championship belt over to our official. He'll be lucky if he ever sees that championship back in his hands again, Richard. All the odds are stacked up against Ian King here tonight. And I'm going to tell you another thing. They're stacked up against you, Richard, because I already heard you say that Ian King was your pick to win the entire King of the Wasteland tournament.
Yeah.
It's never going to happen. He's going to lose right here tonight to John Riggins.
You know what? I don't care what you say. The fact of the matter is Ian King is currently undefeated here in the HKW.
Yeah, what about that battle royal last week? He was in that, and if Ian King had won that battle royal, then I wouldn't be continuously subjected to creepy carnival music, crying children, and that crazy clown Zelzabar.
Battle Royals do not count towards individual win-loss records, and as of yet, there has not been a man who has been able to pin Ian King's shoulders to the mat or make him tap out here in the HKW. John Riggins, though, taking Ian King up onto the top rope and bringing him off with an arm drag.
Nice looking move there by John Riggins, but look how quickly Ian King turning things around. Crossface applied, Riggins rolling out of the submission attempt. Small package now by Ian King.
And only a 1 count for Ian King, the innovator of Scottish Strong Style, as the HKW champion Corey Tombstone, and the man who now seems to be in control of a lot of the backstage workings here on Rampage, Zelzabar, look on.
Yeah, and I don't know who let this stupid clown take control of things here on this program. Richard,
You did.
what do you mean, me?
I mean that it was your money. You funded that battle royal. If it wasn't for you, then Zelzabar would have never taken control here.
No, Richard, you can't blame me, and you can't blame money, okay? What if Zelzabar had left the arena the other night, had gone to the gas station, bought a couple of scratch-off lotto tickets, and won the big one, okay? He'd still be in control. That's all because of money. It has nothing to do with me. It's not my fault. I take no responsibility for HKW or your shortcomings, Richard.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
They never do.
Riggins hooking the arm of Ian King. Ian King with the reversal on the suplex, dropping down one half the HKW Tag Team Champions, John Riggins.
Riggins trying to get back up to his feet. I think I would avoid that. I mean, you don't want to let Ian King pick you up just like he's doing another ginormous suplex by Ian King.
Ginormous? I'm pretty sure that's not a word, Mr. Cash.
Of course it's a word, Richard. Just because you're not cultured doesn't mean that you can correct my vocabulary. We all know that ginormous is derivative of the original dinosaur, the Ginormosaurus, the biggest and baddest dinosaur of all time. I can't believe you don't know more history.
Cover now by Riggins. 2. Oh, and a kick out by Ian King. Only 2 for the HKW Tag Team Champion, John Riggins. Puts King back down, hooks the leg, and again looking for the cover. And again, Ian King powering out.
Power is Ian King's whole game, Richard. He's all about the power game and strong strikes. That's where that Scottish strong style comes from. But he can't hit any of those strikes right now. He's locked on the ground, being incapacitated by one half the HKW Tag Team Champions. Maybe, but only momentarily. Ian King flipping Riggins over his shoulder onto his back into the cover, and quickly Riggins able to kick out of the pinning predicament by Ian King, hoisted up onto his shoulders. Canadian Destroyer! How can Ian King be so proficient at a Canadian Destroyer? I thought he was from Scotland. I suppose the same way you can be so good at eating French fries even though you're from America. Ian King lifting John Riggins up to his feet. Shot to the midsection by Riggins, and Irish whip. Are you sending the HKW United States champion into the corner? Richard! What? Are you calling me fat? Yes! Wait, look at it! Riggins heading up to the top rope. Ian King is all hung up. Richard, look at this! Oh my God! Coast goes John Riggins! All the way from one side of the ring to the other into the face of the undefeated Ian King. I don't think he's going to be undefeated for much longer. This is over, Richard. 1, 2, and Ian King powering out just before the 3. I want to know how. This is incredible, Richard. I've never seen something quite like this. Ian King is taking all the best shots from John Riggins, and somehow he is still in this contest. Maybe not anymore. That pile driver, I think that did it, Richard. It very well could have. 1, 2, only 2 for John Riggins. Ian King able to kick out, staying alive a little bit longer, but he's been getting roughed up in there for a while now. Yeah, this is definitely Ian King's hardest challenge to date. I mean, John Riggins is all over him right now. A bulldog, another cover, and another long near fall for John Riggins. Ian King's gonna have to try and find a way to put something together. Yeah, well, I don't know if he's gonna be able to. I mean, look at who's outside. I mean, you got Zelzbar, you got Corey Tombstone, both standing here at ringside. Ian King defiantly staring down the HKW champion and Zelzbar as he attempted to pin Riggins' shoulders to the mat. Yeah, it's intimidation, Richard. It's dominance, and it's exactly what Ian King brings to the ring with that Scottish strong style. It's something that he learned from me, okay? I thought that Ian King was the innovator of Scottish strong style. I mean, the Scottish part, sure, but the strong part is all Donald Cash, okay? You are unbelievable. Thank you, I've always been told that. Ian King, big right hand to the side of the head of John Riggins, sends Riggins out to the floor. King gonna follow Riggins out to the outside, bringing in the tag team champion, measuring him up. This could do it, Richard. Ian King hooking the arms of Riggins. He has him up. Pile driver. That double underhook pile driver, Richard. That's gotta be it. 1, 2, 3. He's gonna do it. I told you, Richard. I told you, Ian King had this in the bag right from the start. No, you had picked John Riggins throughout this entire contest. You're crazy, Richard. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm always behind HKW, and that's why I picked our United States champion, and I'm just happy that stupid clown got what he had coming to him here tonight. Yeah, right. Well, nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, your winner here tonight, United States champion Ian King, will move on in this King of the Wasteland tournament. Congratulations to Ian King, who now stands at 11-0. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, don't say it, Richard. I know what you're going to say. Don't say it. I have to. Ladies and gentlemen, please stay tuned for this message from our sponsor.
Hey, kids. Me, yo. I know what I like. A little MDC toothpaste. Give yourself a $1 million clown smile. But don't take it from me. Take it from little Timmy. That's right. I love MDC. All little kids need a little bit of zeb in their mouth.
Is it over?
The following contest
it's over.
is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is main event time here on HKW Friday Night Rampage, and I am pumped for this one, Mr. Cash. You know what, Richard? That's something that you and I can both agree on here tonight, okay? We're both excited to see the World Heavyweight Champion Michael Scars Minor get his hands on Daniel Roberts with this British buffoon from limb to limb. No, that's not what I meant at all. I'm excited for an incredible contest here tonight, and not just me, but many members of the HKW Nation believe that right here tonight, Daniel Roberts could take the HKW World Heavyweight title back from your good buddy, Michael Scars Minor. Never gonna happen, Richard. Okay, Michael Scars Minor is a superior athlete. He was a world champion before Daniel Roberts ever was, okay? Daniel Roberts is just a baby in this business compared to a Goliath, a giant like Michael Scars Minor, the leader of the greatest faction in all of professional wrestling. I mean, think about it. J-Max, champion. King Dominator, champion. And Michael Scars Minor not only led them to victory, but also proudly holds the World Heavyweight Championship around his waist, something that no other man in the HKW can say. What about Christopher Chaos? He's a world champion. I thought we already had this talk, Richard. Christopher Chaos is TWE World Champion, and when he beats Blake Buchanan, as if that could ever happen, and captures the TWE Championship, then I'll give him some level of credit. At that point, he'll be like a third of the man that Michael Scars Minor is. Well, nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready for this World Heavyweight Championship contest. Daniel Roberts, the former champion, getting ready to challenge Michael Scars Minor. No two ways about it. This is not going to be an easy contest for either of these men. You know what, Richard? I don't want to hear that either, okay? You're coming in here with your negativity. I don't know if you saw what happened to Justin Armstrong earlier tonight, just how fast the Outlaw was able to beat him. But quite frankly, I think that Michael Scars Minor will defeat Daniel Roberts in about a third of that time, because Daniel Roberts is about a third of a man. Wow! Look, I know you don't like Daniel Roberts, but jeez! Alright, let's turn it to the ring.
Introducing the challenger from London, England, Weighing in at 234 pounds, Lord Daniel Roberts. And introducing the champion from New York, weighing in at 240 pounds, he is the unpredictable.
Great job, Michael. You're a hero, a true national treasure. You show him, you tell him, you give it to him. I don't care. Rip him, Michael. That's my friend in there. I'm well aware of who he is to you. Would you please just stay in your seat and call this matchup like and pretend to be impartial? I can't be impartial. I hate these referee outfits. I hate the face paint. I expressed this to you previously. And you don't listen, Richard. That's the problem, is you have no respect for me and you don't listen. You know what? That sounds like an excellent plan. Not listening to you. Hammerlock applied by Daniel Roberts to Michael Scars Minor. Minor getting loose. Collar elbow tie up. Minor with the wrist lock. Daniel Roberts turning things around, reversing the pressure on Minor and tripping up. Michael Scars Minor is the former World Heavyweight Champion Daniel Roberts. That's a mistake in the history books, Richard. All Daniel Roberts was doing for that period of time was holding onto the belt for that man right there, Michael Scars Minor. Great job. Slap the taste right out of his stupid British mouth. Come on, man. Look, we're going to have an excellent contest here between two of the absolute best in the HKW, whether you like it or not. And you know what? Maybe Michael Scars Minor will come away victorious tonight. Of course he will. No. But you know what? Daniel Roberts very well could. He has a solid plan. He's planning on winning the title tonight. He's planning on winning the King of the Wasteland tournament and heading to Digital Revolution to face off against Evan Jones and Corey Tombstone. I mean, how's that for a plan? It's a stupid plan, Richard. It's a stupid plan for Daniel Roberts. He's going to fail because he didn't take into account the superior athletes. The two outside of the ring and the one inside the ring, the members of Scars Enterprises, who would never allow that to happen, okay? Never allow it to happen. You know what? I'd love to see the day that Scars Enterprises just gets to decide what's allowed to happen and not happen around here. I mean, if Scars Enterprises gets to make those kind of choices, then can you tell me why Zelzbar was allowed to construct this amusement park in the corner of our arena tonight? Yeah, that all falls back to this guy, Daniel Roberts. It's all his fault. Because once again, if Daniel Roberts would have been victorious inside that Battle Royal this past Tuesday, then we wouldn't have a clown running around with all this money. This is all Daniel Roberts' fault. I can't believe that he is being rewarded for doing such a terrible job this past Tuesday with a World Heavyweight Championship contest against the single greatest athlete to ever grace the HKW, Michael Scars Minor. Yeah, Michael Scars Minor is a fantastic athlete, but Daniel Roberts moonsault off the middle rope and Minor forced to kick out of the pinning predicament. It was a pathetic pinning predicament perpetrated by a parasite. Richard, you know, I gotta give it to you, that was some great alliteration. Okay? Of course it was, Richard. I'm a genius. I know what genius looks like, and it looks like my man in there right now, Michael Scars Minor. Another near fall on this British buffoon, Daniel Roberts. Richard, have you thanked Michael Scars Minor for being HKW's one hope left against TWA? Okay, look, I am not denying you that Michael Scars Minor is incredibly talented, but to say that he's the only hope here, against TWE. That's discounting a lot of individuals. That's discounting Despair. It's discounting Daniel Roberts. That's discounting Christopher Chaos, the Alpha Angel, and so many others that have put their heart and soul here into the HKW. What about guys like the Blurrington brothers? What about guys like Cameron Logan Lionhunter? What about them, Richard? What if? Look, let's face facts, okay? Scars Enterprises, King Dominator, J-Max, and Michael Scars Minor. Each of these men is standing like a sentry at the gates, protecting one of the HKW championships. Okay, Richard? Okay, but what about Ian King? What about Xander Shaw, the HKW Internet Champion? I mean, these guys are standing as sentries at the gate, as you say. Yeah, and the only reason that they're able to do that is because of the example that is set for them by myself and these fine gentlemen here in Scars Enterprises. Daniel Roberts grabbing a hold of Michael Scars Minor, slamming him into the side of this announce table. Scars trying to get something going, but at every turn, the British Badass is right there. Oh, and Minor's head spinning off that ring post. You know what, Richard? You know what I wish we could witness here tonight is Christian Wright coming out here, standing up for himself, and taking it to Daniel Roberts, giving him what for. I mean, it would only be fair. After all, Daniel screwed Christian Wright earlier in this broadcast, cost him an opportunity against a true champion like King Dominator. And I hope that Christian comes out here right now and returns the favor to Daniel Roberts. No, you know what? Daniel Roberts already got screwed out of that opportunity back at Broken Hearts. He was the World Heavyweight Champion, and Michael Scars Minor was the one who capitalized off of that. Oh, yes! No. Phoenix landing by Daniel Roberts. Set up, Richard. Stop cheering. 1, 2. No, Minor. Great job, Michael. Getting the shoulder up at 2. Great job, Michael. You got this. Don't worry. He's got this, Richard. Daniel Roberts spiking the head of Michael Scars Minor. That should not be allowed, Richard. That kind of thing cannot be allowed here in HKW. That's dangerous. Daniel Roberts should be disqualified now. Richard, get in the ring and tell this referee to stop this matchup now. We're not going to put up with this. We need some order around here, Richard. Yeah, okay. Then how about you use your infinite wealth and somehow manage to hire some security to keep these TWE guys out of our ring? We have 2 fantastic HKW original talents inside the square circle right now. Daniel Roberts, Michael Scars Minor, and they are having an incredible matchup for one of the biggest prizes in all of our sport, the HKW World Heavyweight Championship. This is it. Michael, get up, buddy. You got this. Don't let him rough you up. Daniel Roberts is just a bully out there, Richard. Look at this. Applying a submission hold on the outside. He can't win this match on the outside. This is nothing but unsportsmanlike conduct that he is treating my friend Michael Scars Minor with right now. Minor rolling through and kicking off the British Badass Daniel Roberts. Don't call him that. He's not a badass. He's a buffoon. He's not a buffoon, okay? Daniel Roberts, he's one of the most decorated superstars in his rookie year here in the HKW. A former internet champion, a former European champion, a former tag team champion, and a former world heavyweight champion.
Yeah, and he's the world's leader in stupid knock-knock jokes, okay, Richard? Look, it doesn't matter, he has no business in the ring with a true superstar like Michael Scars Minor. Minor has had the mental edge on Daniel Roberts ever since he first stepped foot inside the HKW doors, and that is why he's the world heavyweight champion and why he has amassed a group of the most fantastic superstars ever to be assembled in Scars Enterprises.
Okay. So if Michael Scars Minor is really that talented and amazing inside the ring, willing to put the title on line against anyone, then why not give Outlaw the one-on-one match that we all think that he deserves?
No, he doesn't deserve anything, Richard, okay? He deserves to go and get the chrome on his bike polished, I'll give you that. But that's about where it ends, okay? The Outlaw is a moron who has no business even in the same arena as an elite group like Scars Enterprises. And we all know what would happen. We all know it would be a one-shot deal. Outlaw would lose the match in like 5 seconds to this true superior athlete in Michael Scars Minor.
Can you stop praising Michael Scars Minor for just a second? Minor just suplexing Daniel Roberts out that top rope. Roberts' leg hitting hard across the metal barricade as J-Max and King Dominator look on.
Are you saying that Daniel Roberts might be injured here?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Excellent! So something good can happen on this show, even with that stupid clown in charge. Good to know.
I don't want Daniel Roberts to get hurt.
It's because you're an idiot, Richard.
Daniel Roberts heading out to the floor, trying to figure out exactly what it's going to take here tonight to put away the HKW World Heavyweight Champion Michael Scars Minor.
There's nothing that Roberts can do, okay? That's the realization that Daniel Roberts is going to have to come to. There's nothing that Roberts can do. There's no move in his arsenal that's so fantastic that it could be used to stop Michael Scars.
Oh my God! Daniel Roberts taking Michael Scars Minor off the top rope, slamming him with that double gun heel. So close to capturing the World Heavyweight Championship there.
No.
Just a fraction of a second more,
Michael has
and
this under
Roberts would
control.
have this match won.
Michael Scars Minor.
An angel in the sky by Daniel Roberts. Roberts now heading up to the top rope. He's got Minor in his sights.
Oh no.
Michael Phoenix landing until Minor gets the knees up.
Yes! Great job, Michael. You've got this.
Small package, it's over with. 1, 2, 3. 3, 2. Only 2.
This referee doesn't know how to do his job, Richard. He needs to be fired. He needs to be taken out of this ring right now. We need a new official down here right now. Michael Scars Minor needs to be awarded this championship match. This is an outrage, Richard.
Oh, just stop. Just stop. Michael Scars Minor heading up to the top rope. And off the top rope, diving head down to the floor to Daniel Roberts.
That is your champion.
Roberts being rolled back inside the ring. Michael Scars Minor all over Daniel Roberts. He's got this. He's got this in the bag. Roberts up under the shoulders of Minor. Daniel Roberts slipping out. Roberts picking up Minor, but Minor slipping around behind Roberts. Roberts twisting the armbar applied by Daniel Roberts. Minor back to his feet, shot to the back of the arm by Daniel. And Minor ending the series with a headbutt to the British badass. Daniel back to his feet. And a head scissor by the former World Heavyweight Champion Daniel Roberts. This shouldn't be happening, Richard. Oh, phew. Michael Scars Minor kicking out. Maybe it was on instinct, but he did it almost immediately. But I don't know, Richard. Daniel Roberts is like a man possessed. I think he might be on this special juice, Richard. What? Are you trying to say that Daniel Roberts is on steroids or something? What I'm saying, Richard, is he has to be doing something if he's able to contend like this with Michael Scars Minor. We all know that Minor is a superior athlete, that he's a true world-class hero. He's a hero to me, to you, to the entire HKW nation. Daniel Roberts is endangering all of us tonight on losing a world-class hero. Why don't you get in the ring and stop this matchup, Richard? Not a chance. This is an incredible contest between Daniel Roberts and Michael Scars Minor here tonight. HKW's World Heavyweight Championship is on the line right here on Friday Night Rampage. Roberts tossing Minor back into the ring. This is not looking good for Michael Scars Minor. Minor blocking the punch and putting down Roberts. This could be it, Richard. Both of these men have given their all. But Michael Scars Minor has Roberts a package fire driver. No. But Roberts is going to kick out. There's the cover. 1, 2. No. What do you mean no? Great job to Michael Scars Minor, the true World Heavyweight Oh no. Wait, that's the Outlaw. Outlaw coming out here to confront the World Heavyweight Champion, Michael Scars Minor. Outlaw wants a one-on-one with Minor. Will he get it? We'll find out next time. I've been Richard G. Mayer, and I have been the Donald Cash. Good night, everybody. Good night.